Hey guys, welcome to this tutorial. In this tutorial we're going to do a wax outline. Unlike most tutorials, I've already done the haircut. Now I'm doing the shape up. Once the haircut is done, you get to doing the shape up, and then we'll get right into the wax tutorial. So right now you just see me doing a shape up. We're going to speed through this shape up right after this clip, but I want to explain to you why would you want to do a wax outline. Well, you could do a wax outline for a few reasons. One of the reasons would be, they're going to take pictures. They're going to a party. They want to enhance the haircut for whatever reason. This is one of the ways that you could do it. Now they have so many other ways that you could do it, but this is like an old school way. This is before we had black ice or the blackout. This is before we had the hair follicle spray. This is a technique that was used before all of that was even thought of. You would just do the wax outline to enhance the outline. So I'm going to walk through it for you guys. It's a real simple process. It's a real simple technique, and this could put some extra money in your pocket. You're talking about an extra $10 to $15 in your pocket for doing this. Just because of what the process is. So right now we're just going through the shape up. We're staying as close to the natural hairline as possible, as with all the videos that we've done so far. When we got to the shape up, we're just trying to stay with that natural hairline and trying to keep it as clean and as sharp as possible. With this haircut, I've already washed it, and I've put a little bit of spritz in it, just to dry the hair out, and then lay it down and hold it down for me. Alright, so let's get moving through this shape up so we can get to the wax process. Okay, and here's the tools of the wax that we're going to be using. We're going to be using a wax stick, we're going to be using a comb, some oil sheen to spray over the wax, and we're going to be using a pomade along with a custom toothbrush that I forgot to put in the picture. It's a flat toothbrush that I use, and I cut out the sides of it, and I just left kind of that one row in the middle, just so I could use it to place the wax on the hairline, as you see I'm doing right now. So the first thing you want to do is you want to spray the wax stick, and then you want to take your toothbrush and brush over the wax stick, and it's going to place wax onto the toothbrush, so now you can put it right on the hairline. So you're basically going to be putting it on the hairline like you would normally do color. I don't personally do color that way, but you know, just to give you a visual of how you put it on. So you're going to brush through it. As you see, I'm brushing through the wax, and then it's going to get on the toothbrush, and I'm just going to place it on the hairline, trying to stay with the outline that I've put together. As you see, I'm just placing it right on the hairline, so that once I'm ready, I can brush it in really good, and then shape it up and clean it up. Alright, so now that I have it on the hairline, what I'm going to do is I'm going to brush the wax into the hairline. So I'm going to brush it back into the hairline, and then I'm going to go into the hair just a little bit to kind of blend it in, so that it doesn't look like real black on the hairline and then, you know, just regular. So what you want to do is you want to kind of blend it in gradually so it looks natural, so it doesn't look bulky. So right now I'm just brushing some along the hairline, not a lot, just a little bit along the hairline, and then I'm going to brush the wax that I first placed on the hairline back into the hairline. So right now you can see that I'm brushing that wax line back into the hairline, and then I'm brushing down with my toothbrush with a little bit of excess wax that I have on the toothbrush. And what that's going to do is that's going to fill in some of those empty spaces for me, and it's going to give me a more natural look to the hairline, and that way once I'm ready to shape it up and really brush it through, it looks natural. So that's the goal. The goal is to not make it look like it's been enhanced, but to make it look as natural as possible. So now you see me brushing it back into the hairline, and you see it smoothing into the hair just a little bit. And wax is very forgiving. Unlike color, wax can dry and you can still brush it through and really manipulate wax. You know, once color sets in, it's pretty much set in. The black spray, once you put it in there, it's kind of in. So right now I can take my my nail brush and then brush it through and get some of that excess wax out, just to make sure that it's blended really good. As you see, I'm brushing through just to blend it through real good, and then I'm going to go back over it with the shape up clippers, because you'll see the wax start to invade the hairline a little bit. I'll do it with the shape up clippers, and I'll razor it and make it nice and clean. Alright, so like I said before, now I'm going to take the shape up clippers and I'm going to clean up some of the excess wax and just sharpen that line up. I'm not reshaping it. I'm not doing a shape up all over again. What I'm doing is I'm touching his hairline, taking the wax that I kind of brushed into his forehead and removing that wax. So I'm not trying to make his hairline sharper. I'm trying to clean up that excess wax because I don't want it to get confused that I'm trying to make it look sharper as much as I'm trying to clean it up and get that excess wax off, because you don't want to make the mistake of pushing back a person's hairline trying to get it sharp with the wax. The wax will do the job, you just have to clean that wax off. So that's all I'm doing in this process, is cleaning that wax off that hairline. Now we're going to take the razor and all of the wax that's left on the hairline or on the forehead, on his temples. We're going to clean all that up. As you see, it's starting to look cleaner right now. I'm getting all that excess wax and all those little hairs off, just making sure that the shape up is nice and sharp, and just cleaning it up real good just to enhance his hairline really good. If you guys can remember how this hairline started out, it started out very patchy and blotchy, and now it's starting to come together and look smooth and natural. That's what we want. Doing a quick retouch with the clippers just along the front hairline, just to make sure that it's nice and clean and sharp. Like I said, this process really is about cleaning up wax, making sure that you don't have too much wax on the forehead and making sure that it's nice and clean along his hairline. I don't have to reshape him like I said before, just making sure that it's nice and clean. Once they leave, you want to make sure that it's as clean as you possibly can get it. Okay, now that we've done our hairline, we're going to shape up the goatee like we normally would, and then we're going to put wax on the goatee just like we would the hairline. As you see, I'm brushing it into the goatee, making sure that the goatee is nice and dark all the way through. Unlike the hair, I can brush it all the way through the goatee, making sure the goatee is nice and dark. I'm going to line up his sides and his mustache. So right now I'm gently brushing it into his mustache, and I do mean gently because once you kind of touch the mustache, you'll see the wax kind of it's just going to cling right to the mustache. And then we'll do the sides of the goatee, just enhancing them a little bit. You don't need a lot of wax for this. As you see, I'm barely touching it, just to make it dark. I did mess up and get some wax on his cheek, but we'll clean all that up and sharpen up this goatee nice and sharp. Just like with the hairline, we're just removing excess wax just to make sure that the goatee is nice and dark. We're going to clean up the inside, and then we're going to go over it with the razor and make sure that it's just nice and clean all the way around his goatee. That's what we want to do. When he leaves, we want him to be nice and clean and sharp. Now that we've finished everything, I'm gonna put a little bit of product in his hair, some some hair oil or some oil sheen or something like that, something just to enhance and give it some volume and some sheen, just so it looks good. I'm gonna brush it all through, make sure his hair is laying down really good, and then you're all done. That's it for the tutorial, guys. I mean, it's really simple. This tutorial is really simple. It's one of the easiest tutorials I've done so far. I'm also going to go over some other tutorials in the future, guys, but I want to thank you guys for watching this, and now I'm about to show you guys the finished product with some still pictures.